where that is. But
is that in Japan?
It could be. Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was.
Right. Yeah. Lots of horses there.
Yeah, Japan, Kentucky. Yeah, it's somewhere in there.
Kentucky, Japan.
Yeah, Kentucky, Japan. Anyway, she said, then Lego, except I have to train for The Voice tomorrow, so I can't be mega wrecked. LOL. And
you gonna be wrecked, girl. You gonna be wrecked.
I was just like, what? She's training for The Voice. That's kind of a weird thing to say, like a humble brag, I guess, but whatever.
She's wanting you to think that she's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
she's trying to DHV. And for you guys that don't know, DHV means to demonstrate higher value.
Right.
Onward.
And I said, okay, I'm about to leave. What's your address? And then she said, don't you live like really far away? And I was like, I live a little ways away, but it's not really a problem. And she said, LOL, you must be pretty confident that I'm super cool, laughing emoji. And then she said, do you like Mario Kart? I said, what happens when I win? With like the smirking emoji there, you know? And she said, don't get your little hopes up, smirking emoji. You hiking 2 legs doesn't guarantee anything. Kissy face emoji. Right. So
seductive.
That's
it's definitely a good sign.
Looks like it's a good thing so far.
It's a good sign.
I said, good, I like the challenge. And she said, just be prepared to lose, because based on my Tinder history, there's an 80% chance that you will. Then she sent me her address. And she said, don't come if you're afraid of dogs, because mine is a protective douche. And I said, I'm great with dogs, and I'm pretty ready now, heading that way soon. So at this point, I'm pretty nervous, but I'm just like, you know what? I've already got it set up. Like, I'm going to go do it. So I leave my friend's house, go home, change my shirt, get some condoms, walk my dog.
It's got to be protected, guys.
Yeah, with plural.
Exactly,
Condoms.
Yeah. Condoms.
He's going to come multiple times. He's going to need more than one.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You got to be prepared. What are your thoughts here so far, Billy Bob?
Sound like you're going to get laid.
Well, that was the thought.
That's what he hoped.
I would be turned off if I was a woman. Back when I was a woman, yeah. Because you just basically said let's have sex twice.
But apparently that's what she wanted.
Exactly. She was the initiator of this interaction.
Exactly. She initiated.
I don't think they like talking about it. I think they just like you come over.
He never said let's fuck. He never said
have fun. What happens if I win? You just have to go over and then assume if you're in the house, then she'll allow you to.
Well, we know. Remember, guys, Bullet has never been on Kismet. He has some success with Tinder and Bumble, things like that. But
he's what we call a natural.
Right. We know that you want to have a little bit of assertiveness going forward. I could have been slightly too assertive, but I'm still learning. So
yeah, I don't know if I would have said that verbatim, but it didn't hurt anything what you said. It didn't hurt her.
I think it's good to be aggressive. I think you just leave sex implied.
As long as you make sure she knows that you're attracted to her and that this is like a man to woman relationship, then you're fine. But you never want to go too far. Most guys, they'll send him text and be like, "Hey, you want to fuck?"
Right.
Or something like that, and that's absolutely never okay.
And I would never do something like that. I mean, if you know me, you know I'm a pretty respectable guy. I normally am not very assertive at all. Like, I just wait for the girl to make the move. But in this case, I was just in that kind of a mood. You know, I was feeling good about myself. I was feeling good about the routines that we were doing from Kismet. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, you know what? Let's go for it. So anyway, continuing on with the story there. I went back to my place, got ready, and then I got in the car, and I messaged her, and I said, should be there in like 25 minutes. I'm on the way now. She said, word, my dog is going to bark at you and circle you like prey, FYI. And I said, LOL, it's chill.
Good, I'm going to circle you like prey.
You be playing off that dog so much. Like, he's a protective douche. You can put like me or like hashtag me too or something.
Ooh, that would have been decent. That would have been decent.
Yeah, me too.
But anyway, I just said...
We need you to be an instructor on this course.
I said, LOL, it's chill. I have a dog too. And she goes ballistic when people come around. And then at this point, I go ahead and I call Ryan. So, Ryan, I want you to kind of just give a rundown of what I was talking to you about and what was said in this call.
Okay, so here it was, 10:30 at night, 11 o'clock maybe. I had just had my double dose of NyQuil.
It was 11:02.
It was 11:02, thank you. And I just had my double dose of NyQuil and getting ready to go to bed. And he calls and he's in a panic. I can tell by the shakiness of his voice that he is in a bad situation and I possibly need to go bail him out of jail. That's what I was thinking. But he calls and he says, I'm getting ready to go on a date. And it got me so excited that the NyQuil stopped working and I was like super alert and I was like, dude, you got to make this amazing. And he was like, I need your help to know what to do. I'm super nervous. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. So what did I tell you?
You said to put on some comedy.
Right.
You said I should have gone to work out beforehand. But,
right.
I mean, that was already past the point there.
Now, I've got a what's called a pre-date routine that I go through every time I'm about to go on a date and make sure that I'm in the right mindset every time I get out there. So, long story short, the pre-date routine consists of a short workout. You don't want to work out too much to where you actually get tired. You just want to work out enough to where you get the nervous energy out. So I told him, you're not near a gym. You can't go to a gym right now. Just go do some push-ups outside the gas station where he was calling me from. And
I was driving at this point.
Okay, you were driving. So told you to go to a gas station, get some beer, drink one beer to calm your nerves.
I already drunk a little bit beforehand, so I mean I wasn't too drunk to drive by any means, because we don't promote that at all. But I had a couple.
He was wasted.
I wasn't wasted.
But if you drink, I don't drink. That's fine if you do. If you drink, have one beer before you go. Just take the edge off. You're going to want to work out a little bit. Just maybe some push-ups, sit-ups, and a little half-mile run. Something to just get the nervous energy out and make yourself feel like your muscles are a little bit, a little taut, and you feel a little bit more better about yourself. The other thing that you want to do...
40 minutes and just jerk off. And that's it.
Actually, I don't recommend jerking off before a date because it messes with your sexual energy and you're actually less, you have a less libido by the time you get there. Now, if you get to a date and you find yourself so hard and like you just need to go jerk off in the bathroom or else she's going to see your raging boner underneath the table at Orange Leaf, then yeah, you might want to jerk off beforehand.
Or just tuck it into the waistband of your jeans.
Yeah, you could do that too.
But it stops it and also feels hella good, dog. No, but when you're horny on a date, it just dictates everything you say. So
right. You become more sexual. Their conversation becomes more sexual if you're really horny on a date. And the girls can feel that sexual energy. So I don't recommend jerking off before a date.
But even if you are horny, just being on Kismet, we teach you guys how to overcome that kind of thing too, so that you're not being too aggressive because of your horniness as well. So just take that in mind as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a balance. Like you got to have calibration. So every situation, every girl is going to have a different level of tolerance for how forward you can be. And it depends a lot on context too. Because I can be really forward with the girl that I've already had sex with. But if you've never had sex with her before, then you've got to really mind your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? So,
sure, yeah.
So you got to feel out the situation. And a lot of guys, whenever they actually get on the course and they start going on dates, it seems like the first date, they're usually too shy and reserved. The second date, they're too forward because they realize that, the first time they realize that they were too shy. So they try to overcompensate the second time and they get really forward. And then they realize that they get slapped or something or, something doesn't work there. Right. And then the third time they're more calibrated. So give it 3 or 4 dates before you actually start really getting the hang of it, especially if you've never gone on dates before from online dating like Jerry here or Billy Bob, even. He's never yet been on a date with a girl, have you? From online?
Yes, twice.
Oh, really? Okay, we're going to need to get your experience here in just a second. But
Wasn't very good.
those are the best kind of stories. So the first thing you want to do, guys, just to reiterate, pre-date routine, quick workout. You're going to want to meditate. If you have never meditated before, just do it for 5 or 10 minutes. Just sit down, and you can either listen to some isochronic tones or binaural beats, which I listen to. I think that helps a lot, especially when you have ADD like me and your brain kind of goes everywhere. Helps you to kind of calm down and focus when you're new to meditation. But you also want to maybe even do a little bit of visualization of yourself on the date. Kind of picture the date going well, and picture, you meet her and everything goes great, and you're being funny and you're being cool and everything goes swimmingly. There's a lot of power that comes from visualization. In fact, if you listen to Conor McGregor, I don't know if you guys know who Conor McGregor is, the MMA fighter. He says one of his secrets to his success is the visualization that he does prior to actually going in a fight, and he always pictures himself winning. If you do this enough, you will become more confident doing this alone, because you've already pictured it. If you have anxiety, you're going to be picturing in your head every way that this can go wrong. But basically what you're going to do is overcome that by picturing every way that this can go right. And so that'll counter a lot of anxiety right there. And then the third thing, and probably the most important thing, is to cut yourself a fucking break. Like, this is not, you're not going to go off and save the world. If this date goes wrong, nobody's going to die. Nobody is going to hurt you. Like, the worst thing that could happen is you guys never talk again. And you've never talked before and you've never met, so who cares?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So cut yourself some slack and just, take the ego out of the equation. Like, if this doesn't go great, it doesn't mean that you're not a man. It doesn't mean that you suck at life. Everybody has bad dates once in a while, and it's okay. So you need to give yourself permission to fail. If you give yourself permission to fail, in fact, honestly, guys, the first 3 dates, you need to write those off as a loss, because the fact that you're actually getting to go on a date with a girl should be enough. Like, that's great in itself. For the first 2 or 3 dates, you don't even need to put pressure on yourself at all. And so that's one of the things that I told you before you went.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, that was my thought process. We got to turn our phones on silent here, apparently. But that was my thought process beforehand, is that, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to go on a date. I haven't been on a date in a while. This sprung up on me, and I'm just going to do it and see how it goes. So that was my thought process. And then, Ryan helped me there with the pre-date routine. I didn't do some of those things. Like, I didn't do the push-ups. I was a little bit embarrassed to do those at the gas station.
Which would have helped you overcome your anxiety if you had, because then you would have been less afraid of people judging you for doing push-ups outside 7-Eleven.
Yeah, but, I just didn't feel like it. And sometimes you don't feel like it, but we recommend doing those things. But then I want to
He recommends it even though he doesn't do it. He recommends you do it.
Yes, always just take your shirt off at a gas station and just start going beast mode in front of the gas pumps.
Exactly. Right. But then I want to get into one of the things that I did tell you why I was nervous on this phone call. Do you remember?
No, I don't. Refresh me.
Remember what I talk about with my Tinder and my Bumble profile, what I look like comparatively?
Oh, you put on more weight than you had in your pictures.
Right. Yeah, I'm about 30 pounds, maybe 40 pounds overweight comparatively to what my pictures are. Now, I really don't look that much different. Some people think I look a little bit different. I don't look that much different in my opinion. But those are my best pictures. I wanted to put my best pictures at hand, my best pictures at front.
We need to do your photo session.
We do need to do a new photo session, but I'm just saying, I was slightly worried.
By the way, guys, I do photo shoots for people in the course. I know exactly what pictures you need. I know how to make you look attractive without doing heavy photo editing. We're not going to Photoshop 6-packs on people because that's just wrong. But we know what pictures get swiped on statistically more than the other ones, and